Hello everyone, I'm Brut Code. I'm a 14-year-old developer. Welcome to Brut Code, and in this channel you learn Web3 coding from a 14-year-old guy. Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to look at Scaffold-Eth. So Scaffold-Eth is basically a tool that combines other tools such as React, Truffle, Hardhat, Ethers, Web3 and combines them into a mega tool that we can use in our day-to-day development. So if you are a total beginner in the Web3 space, you can use this tool to get started. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. So let's open its documentation. So this is documentation of Scaffold-Eth, and the Scaffold-Eth is by this guy named Austin Griffith, and this is not a sponsored video. And Scaffold-Eth, so here we can see what the Scaffold-Eth is included with. So Scaffold-Eth has Solidity, smart contract programming language, Hardhat for running local networks, deploying and smart contracts. So instead of Hardhat we use Truffle. So we use the Truffle version of Scaffold-Eth, which you can easily clone from here, which I would show in a minute. And then it uses React for the front end and Ethers for the main Metamask connection wallet and other transactions from the front end. And our Truffle one folk will use Web3 instead of Ethers. So Ethers and Hardhat form a pair, and Truffle and Web3 form a pair. So that is worth remembering. And Ant is basically something like spinners and these crazy UI you see here. So this is basically a demo of what this tool Scaffold-Eth looks like. And as you can see, here is your smart contract and here is your front end. So your front end is pretty basic, but you can code it easily with React. And without further ado, let's get straight to the installation. So instead of going with this installation, we would just use the Truffle fork while installation. So go to github.com troubleshoot. So the troubleshoot is the basic GitHub repo of the Truffle program. And the Truffle, if you don't know Truffle program is used for writing, deploying and compiling smart contracts. And this Truffle suite includes a repository called Scaffold-Eth. And once you get here, it's easy as pie. You go here, you take this command, and let me switch to desktop view. And if I open up a terminal and I paste up this command, and I want this folder to be named as Scaffold screencast, and I already have Scaffold screencast. So instead of this message, you will get a cloning and some percentage bars, and then once it is 100%, you need to go into the folder. So instead of let's go into the folder. This is Scaffold-Eth screencast. Once you do ls, you see this mainly directories and files. And the next steps are pretty simple. You need to run the yarn install command, and I will run it, and this okay, so already up to date. So my packages are already installed. Yours will pretty much take 2 to 3 minutes. And so next step is to run the local chain. So this will run up a Ganache chain, and yes, so now we have a Ganache chain up and running. So now here we have 10 accounts starting with 0 to 9, and each has 1000 ETH. So we have 10,000 ETH in total, and here are the private keys of these accounts. Then we have the mnemonic of our wallet. And if you don't know mnemonic is a 12-word seed phrase that is used to recover our wallet and to say that the wallet belongs to us. It is tied with our private key and public key. So yeah, basically that's that. And default gas price, block gas limit, call gas limit, and the chain ID, and this listening on this RPC URL. Next, the step is to say yarn start. So this will spin up our React app. And so let me just cd into this, and if I do a yarn start, and this will basically open up our front end. So let our front end load. Till then we would run this command, which is yarn deploy. So this command will be equivalent to Truffle migrate. So this wala command, Truffle migrate network, and the development network is basically this Ganache network. This program is equivalent to that. And if we just go here and deploy, so this deploys the, and you see here the logs chain ID, get balance, call. So you just read this and you understand what's going on behind the block. And this compiling deployment, so here you see transaction, contract created, gas usage, block number, and block timestamp. So okay, so our app is loaded, compiled with warnings. So these are just TypeScript warnings. In case you don't know that Scaffold-Eth uses React with TypeScript. So TypeScript is basically a language that lets you code beautifully. So that shouldn't make any difference to you. These are useless warnings. And if I go to our front-end app, here is your front-end app, and you need to grab funds from the faucet, and here you will see your funds update. So if I just cancel this, okay, so we have now $14. And if you want some more funds, you could easily send it to your address. So this is the faucet wallet address. So you can see here the 0xFCC. So see, this from this account we deployed our smart contract, and from this account we are sending funds to another account, let's say 0xBD. So this account is basically created by the scaffold format, scaffold UI, and you could send, let's say, 200 ETH, send, and it's local transaction send, and now you have somewhere around, and basically you're a millionaire now. That makes sense. And now if you see here, your price should be updated, but it would update in the terminal, and you could see here the transaction. And now if you want to see, you can debug your contracts over here. So Scaffold-Eth basically has a default contract. If you go into packages and truffle and do ls, you see contracts, and if you go in contracts and then do ls, and if I just scat this file into the terminal, you can see here that this is a basic Solidity smart contract that we have deployed over here. And this contract just basically sets the purpose to something new, and these are extra functions that you don't need to pay attention to. You can remove this and set purpose. So we can set purpose to new, let's say learn solidity. And if I send this transaction, you see our funds decrease and the local transaction sent, and you see the log over here, block number and everything. So that's basically it, and you see here the purpose update, and you can refresh it from here, and then you see example UI, set purpose, and there are many other options. Set purpose to cheers, so this will set purpose to cheers. Here is our account balance, 200 ETH. So these are basically burner accounts. You could easily connect your Metamask over here, but I wouldn't do that in this case. So next is so this is Ant is basically buttons, icons, state pickers, and the stuff that you basically need in web development that prettifies your app. And basically this is all Scaffold-Eth. So now if you go into this contract, so let me just cd into packages, into truffle, and into contracts. If I do NLS, if I go into the file and edit it, so let's say your contract, and these are commented lines, set purpose, address sender, and if I change the default purpose to building unstoppable apps to building stoppable apps, and if I just redeploy this, okay, so we need to get out of it and out of it and out of it, and then we say yarn deploy. This will deploy again our edited contract to the chain. You get the transaction over here, and the front end should be updated by default. So front end updates once more, and if I go into debug, so we got here the building stoppable apps, and our contract address is changed. So if I do another deploy, so I can do very much deploys because I have 1000 ETH, and 1000 ETH values very much. So again, if I deploy, you can see a 0x4E1, and now this will change to somewhat like 0x09C. So this is worth mentioning, and you could go to app home. An example prop of balance is passed. You could edit the home in app.jsx, check out hints, tinker with smart contracts, debug contract, and this is basically it. So last thing, I would show you how I can connect Metamask. So now I have connected Metamask, and this basically, if I enter this, and this basically connects. Okay, so localhost, we need to switch our network to localhost. I'm currently connected to Rinkeby, and if I change to localhost, I don't have any funds, I think. Oh, I have, I think. So let me just check my account. So I think this is the reload error, so I don't have any ETH in this account. If I just refresh this page, so yeah, you can see here I don't have any funds. And if I say that send to address, so let me just copy my address, and I will tell send to this address funds in ETH, and somewhere near, let's say 372 ETH, send, and local transaction send, and now I'm a millionaire. Yes, that's what I think. So when you click on this, you can convert between Ether and USD, and that's basically all for Scaffold-Eth. And I would also like to show you how developers code normal contracts. So if I close all of these and I go into my another top secret contract, and if I just say npm run start, and this is how a dApp looks like without Scaffold-Eth. Okay, so we got a normal bar over here, connect wallet, we got some details, contract deployed to, we say connect wallet, and our wallet, it seems, is connected, but this app is deployed to the Rinkeby testnet. You could deploy smart contracts of Scaffold-Eth on the Rinkeby test network, and yes, so if I now connect the wallet, and if I reload this page, I should see all the details, contract allowance, DAI balance, with balance, so you see here. And this is the basic way of how people code smart contracts. And I would just close it for now, close it. And if you like this video, please consider following me on Twitter. And yeah, basically that was all for this video. In this video you learned about a new tool called Scaffold-Eth and how you can use it in development. So that is worth remembering, and if you are a total beginner, you can make good use of it and learn a Solidity fast and easy way. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.